This is Chicago's very own WGN Midday News.
In today's Style Files, amazing hair, even on a rainy day. Eli Manta is the owner of Chicago's Bang Salon on Ashland Avenue. Also the artistic director for Lock and Loaded's design team. He recently won the prestigious 2011 award for Hairstylist of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I don't think this is ever possible to have good hair on a rainy day, but you say with the right product and the right technique, you're going to make it work.
Absolutely.
Make a believer out of me.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's been a kind of a craze for a long time now, flat ironing the hair and wearing it really straight.
Right.
But in the summer times, it's almost impossible, especially with all the humidity.
Yes.
So working with naturally curly or textured hair, the biggest problem is that it doesn't retain moisture as well as straight hair does. So you want to do
Is that why it gets that frizzy look?
Exactly.
The dried out pieces, okay.
Exactly, and that's even naturally curly hair that hasn't even been color treated or processed in any way. So the best way to work with trying to control the frizz or tame it down is working with adding those moisturizing products in there.
Okay, what are the best things to add and when to add them?
Okay, well, when you get out of the shower, you can use a regular rinse-out conditioner, but leave-in conditioners, even cream-based conditioners, are the best thing to use because they will allow the hair to kind of absorb the conditioner, so you're adding that extra moisture in there, which is going to help maintain the curl pattern and give you a better control with the frizz.
Do you have to buy a product that is called a leave-in conditioner, or just can you leave in any conditioner?
You can leave in rinse-out conditioners, but they tend to be a little bit more concentrated and can be too heavy on the hair.
Right, so then it just makes it kind of flat.
Exactly. If you have thicker, coarser hair textures, then you could choose to do that, but I really recommend using a product that's designed to be left in the hair.
Excellent. Okay, so you get the leave-in conditioner, and then after you come out of the shower, what are you doing?
Right. Well, this is my model, Melissa, and I chose her as a model because she kind of has an unruly curl pattern, which is very common with most people.
But it looks pretty.
On that side, yeah. You know, we worked with her natural texture here. I didn't use any product in there. I let it air dry, and you can see she's got some lazier, curly areas.
Right.
And then she's got her natural texture, which is kind of frizzy without product in it.
Right. The ends of it certainly look a little
Exactly.
Okay.
So had I left some leave-in conditioner, that would definitely help give me a little bit more definition and give the moisture that the curly hair needs.
I love that you did both sides, so we can kind of see the difference of what is achievable.
Right, exactly. And just a really quick styling tip that I give a lot of my curly haired clients, especially when you're working with areas that aren't as curly, is just working with grabbing your sections after you put a leave-in conditioner, and then I recommend a light styling cream or something that just is kind of soft and adds some moisture to the hair.
And you do that while it's wet?
While it's wet,
okay.
Yeah, damp. You don't really want to work with curly hair too much as it's dry, so you want to get the product in there damp or wet and then let it air dry or diffuse it.
And then leave it. No combing it, no touching
exactly,
it.
For sure. But working with grabbing sections and twisting those sections, especially in the weaker areas, twisting it all the way to the end, it kind of helps the natural curl kind of take over and reactivates your curl. So in these weaker areas, if you twist those sections, it'll help activate them. And then working with either letting it air dry or diffusing it will give you a more consistent curl pattern.
If you've got the curly hair already, you don't need the heat of a curling iron necessarily. No. You can really just use your finger, and then you're doing less damage to the hair.
Absolutely, right. Because that's what you really want to do is maintain the integrity of the hair.
Right.
Because curly hair is very sensitive. And then if you talk about coloring it and adding highlights in, then you're really going to want to put extra moisture.
Right, because then you're drying it out even further.
For sure.
Okay, so it's not just the ladies that need these tips.
Right.
Men need to do some things also to their hair. So you did bring a male model.
Yes, I did. You know, one of the biggest problems I have with male clients is that they don't really want to spend a lot of time styling their hair.
Right.
But really, they don't need to. If you have a good haircut, it should be really easy to work with. Small amount of product and really a couple of minutes of time is all you need. But even if I do convince my male clients to start working with product in their hair, a lot of times they don't really know the proper way to do it.
Exactly. Even with my sons and my husband, I'm trying to do the same thing. You know,
right.
Give them a little, but they just don't want to try it.
Right. And the same thing applies for women, too. Sometimes I try to educate them on how to put product in their hair. When you get a product, the first thing most people do is they put a big glob in their hand and they go right in the front.
Right.
Because that's what they care about.
That's what we do. We go
They can't see the back. Right. But I tell all my clients, male and female alike, to put the product in your hands as if you were putting lotion on your hands. And even put it on both sides of your hands.
Okay, so this is craft clay that you're putting in?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a kind of a drier product, which I recommend more for my male clients. We're kind of getting away from the wetter, stiffer
Right,
look.
you don't want it to look greasy.
Exactly. Especially if their hair's thinner or finer in any areas, you don't want to have a heavier product. So this is a nice dry product. It'll give good texture. Let me get a little more.
Okay.
But I tell them to put the product all over their hands on both sides. It'll allow you to distribute the product more evenly on both sides of the cuticle as you're working with it. And rather than starting in the front, if you start applying it in the back, you have a lot more density of hair in the back. So you want to get most of the product off your hands, and you need very little product around the face because we have less density around the face.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just the opposite of what we all do and what we think of.
Right. So I like to get a little bit of the product off my hands first and through the crown area or throughout the back. And then once I get that product off, kind of getting it in there a little bit deeper. And with a male doing their hair at home, you know, they can do this damp or dry, either way. But one of the important things for a man to think about before he even does anything else after getting out of the shower is to kind of shake it into shape when it's wet, because if it starts air drying in weird positions, it's going to start staying
right,
like that.
If it's in an odd position, it'll stay in an odd position. While you're finishing up with him, I should tell folks at home that Bang Salon is at 1425 North Ashland. If you want to find out more information, you can call them at 773-276-9414 or go to bangsalonchicago.com. And if you are one of our viewers and you call now, there's a little special gift for you at the salon, the first several people who call.
Absolutely. We want to do something special for the WGN viewers. So the first 3 people who call Bang Salon and mention WGN will get a free makeover with me. And I know that that's probably going to fill up really quickly. So if you don't catch it in the first 3 calls, we will give 25% off to any clients who want to schedule with any stylist at the salon.
Excellent. Where's my cell phone? Thank you so much, Eli. I appreciate
No problem.
it.
Thank you.
If you want more information, if you want a link to their salon, go to WGNTV.com/midday. He looks fabulous. That's perfect there.
Thanks.
Coming up next, Dean's got today's